Greetings travelers, and welcome to the comprehensive Neo Tokyo quest guide. This video will be covering the entirety of the quest that you have to complete, as well as a bit on the boss fights. This guide is mainly for Maple Legends, so I'm not certain if it is different for other servers, but it should be fairly similar. With all that being said, let's begin. In order to start the quest, your character needs to be level 100 and above for the quest to be available. I recommend that you start the quest when you are higher level, as the first boss requires you to be level 163 to gain EXP. Entering this well in Mushroom Shrine will lead you to Kamuna, the hub of where most of the quest dialogue will be. Spoilers, there will be a lot of them during this pre-quest. Asia will tell you that Zipangu will be destroyed in the future, and it's up to you and other strong travelers to save Zipangu by rewriting the past. After a long monologue, you will need to obtain 3 items: 300 Ninto Scrolls, 1 Kachumusha Fragment, and 1 Toad Oil. All 3 of these items are tradable, so if you do have the funds, they can be bought from players or from the free market. If you desire a challenge, you can hunt them yourself. Nintos can be found deep inside the ninja castle. They're weak against holy, strong against lightning and fire, and immune to poison. The Kachu fragment can be obtained from Kachumusha. They are weak against lightning, holy and ice, and strong against fire, and immune to poison. The Toad Oil can be obtained from the Castellan Toad boss. His first form is weak to poison, and neutral to all other elements, and his second form is neutral to all elements. Once you have obtained all the required items, talk to Asia again, and she'll give you access to Odaiba. Bonus, every area that you clear, Asia will give you Energizer drinks as a reward, which will give you 25 attack, 30 magic attack, and 30 defense. Welcome to Odaiba, the first Neo Tokyo area which you will be in for a while. Talk to Ponycha above and make sure that your pet HP alert is turned on. You will need to kill the overloads in the map that are flying around. Obtain 100 of their lenses in order to proceed. They are strong against all elements and have no weaknesses. Hunting these on a mage will be tricky, so I recommend bringing a melee or a paladin with max Heaven's Hammer, as it brings their HP down to 1, making the next charge blow hit a kill. Once you're done hunting the lenses, you will need to kill the after roads, which will drop an operational unit. This will also take a while. Afterwards, you need to hunt 3 more items: the Calculating Domino, which drops from after road, the Macro Molecule Actuator, which drops from overload, and the Conductive Polymer Gain, which drops from overload as well. These items have a fairly low drop rate, so do expect to stay in this map for at least half an hour. If hunting with a friend, try to split in separate channels and occasionally switch over to check if it drops. Upon finishing this quest, you may now enter the boss fight and fight Vergamot. When entering all Neo Tokyo boss maps, there is a mob or reactor mob that will start the fight when interacted with. If you do not kill or attack the entity, the run will not count, so you can exit if an unfortunate disconnect happens before, or if someone in your squad forgot to sign. Killing the Overlord will spawn Vergamot. He is level 168, and his first form is weak against lightning and ice, his second form is weak against fire, and his third form is neutral to all elements. I won't go into much detail for how to fight the bosses, it is more fun when you get to experience it. For the first and second forms, crouch to dodge the laser that comes out, as getting hit by it will dispel you. He has a yellow laser, and that is the one that dispels, not the red one. For the third form, you have to pretty much crouch for all attacks, as the missiles will seduce and the crosshair will stun. Holy Shield will be great for this. I do recommend having Hero's Will to get out of the seduce, and it can save you in a hair. Upon defeating Vergamot, you will obtain some silver coins. These can be used to craft some special items, which we will get into later. Vergamot also drops armor-piercing bullets, a unique chair that is untradeable. Do note, you have to clear the quest with Asia after the first clear. This applies to all bosses. If you clear Vergamot or any of the Neo Tokyo bosses twice in a row, sometimes an error can occur which makes the NPC think that you did not clear it. But not to worry, clearing it again the next day fixes it. Talk to Asia again and she will thank you and grant you access to the next area. Welcome to 2095 Tokyo Park. This is Dida and Mar. They are siblings and they are crucial to the Neo Tokyo storyline. It's basically like Terminator and this is John Connor. You need to kill the Protoroads in this map and obtain one item, the Twisted Radar. The drop rate can be a hit or miss, so once again, be prepared to stay here for a while. I recommend changing channels as the map is long and they do take quite a while to respawn. Once you have the radar, it is time for the Neo Tokyo PQ. It's basically a protect the NPC raid, except that you will also have to gather 10 energy transmitters. Before entering the map, you are given 6 minutes of grace time. What that means is, like all Neo Tokyo boss raids, you have to interact with a reactor or a monster for it to count as a run. For the first 6 minutes, if you do not drop the transmitter phone that Dida gives you, it does not count as a run. This is important information for later. For clearing the party quest, immediately drop the transmitter in front of Mar upon entering. This makes all the mobs in the map aggro towards the middle. Now, you have to obtain all 10 transmitters before the timer runs out. I recommend bringing a few friends for this party quest. Completing the party quest will give you some silver coins as well, and will grant you access to the next area. Welcome to 2002 Akihabara. This is the area that allows you to craft the special items that I mentioned earlier on, but first, let's go through the quest. After talking to the NPCs in the area, you are required to hunt 300 Iravada laser guns and 1 Iravada transmitter. The guns are tradable, so you can purchase them if they are available, but I recommend hunting to obtain the transmitter first, then purchase the remaining since you will already have some guns with you already. So, what can you craft with the Neo Tokyo items? Walk to the left of Akihabara and speak with Noran. At this point, he will allow you to craft magic throwing knives, armor piercing bullets, element piercers, the judgment gun, and every type of flaggrave and speargrave. Each different equipment and item requires different materials. Every item requires an unsealed stone. The sealed variants, the warrior, saint, and wiseman stones, all drop from monsters and bosses within Neo Tokyo. You will need 1,000 silver coins to convert the sealed stone to an unsealed one. But do take note, unsealed stones become untradeable. So I recommend only converting it when you plan to craft your item there and then. For weapons like the flaggrave and speargrave, you will need the level 110 or dragon counterpart of the weapon that you plan to craft, 3,500 silver coins, a saint or wiseman stone, and an omega or sigma plant depending on which grave you plan to craft, as well as a sum of mesos. And this is just scraping the surface. Do take note of all the types of items you can craft from Noran if you would like to find out more. Okay, so back to the storyline. This is Dunas 1. Yes, there is a second one. We will get to that later. Dunas is a boss that is level 174 and is unique because he has the damage reflect skill, or DR for short. When cast, there will be a purple icon with spikes and swords around it, and attacking him will reflect approximately 10k damage back to you. However, this is weapon DR, so mages can continue to attack as this will not reflect damage back to you. This boss is great for practice for future endgame bosses. He is neutral to all elements and constantly dispels if within close range. Other attacks involve a gold-looking aura that will knock you back by a distance when hit and will deal you with a 1-1 damage. Upon defeating Dunas, you'll be given some silver coins and hopefully some decent drops. A few to mention will be the magic throwing knives, the strongest throwing star in the game, as well as his unique chair. Talk to Asia again and she will grant you access to the next area. Welcome to 2002 Tokyo Skies. This area is similar to Odaiba, so do set your pet HP alert on. In this map, you will find grown-up Dida, as well as an AI laptop NPC, which will ask you to hunt the Maverick Ys, which drop the portable laser guidance. They can be identified as the ones that do not fly. and walk on the platform. You can hunt them in this map. However, the map inside Neo Tokyo PQ also has these mobs, and they seem to have a higher spawn rate. Now, the drop rate of this item is once again a hit or miss. My Paladin took 2 rounds of Neo Tokyo Party Quest to clear. However, my Corsair got it within the first 30 seconds of the first round. As for my hero, it dropped 9 minutes into the first round. So take that with what you will. After turning in the quest, you can now fight Nibergen. Nibergen is a boss that is level 168, has 3 forms, and is similar to Vergamot in a way. It is weak against lightning and ice, strong against fire. It will cast weapon cancels once in a while and will deal higher damage to you as the fight goes on. Upon defeating Nibergen, you will gain some silver coins and hopefully some good drops. It drops the rare and sought after endgame earring, the element pierce, as well as a unique chair. This is an odd one out of all the Neo Tokyo chairs, as this is the only one that is tradable. Talking to Asia, she will reward you with more energizer drinks and a quest bulb will appear above her. Clicking and accepting the quest will warp you into Kamuna, but in a different area of Kamuna, it seems. This is where you will fight the last boss of Neo Tokyo Part 1. The Nameless magic monster is a boss that is level 174. Is weak against lightning, strong against ice, and it is neutral to all the other elements. He is mainly a pure DPS boss, but requires a pinner to fight him well. Any class that can consistently hit 50k damage and above are good candidates for pinning. For example, an Ice Lightning Mage. All 3 warriors are great for pinning, with Paladin and Ice Lightning Mage being the best due to their lightning element advantage. Pinning is crucial for Nameless, as he is a moving boss. The danger comes when he does his claw attack. It hits approximately 18k damage and could kill players that do not have enough HP. Other attacks include a lightning that will stun when hit, and a confusion debuff. Upon defeating the Nameless magic monster, you will be rewarded with some silver coins, as well as some valuable drop, hopefully. A few to mention will be the magic throwing knives, armor piercing bullet, as well as his unique chair. Talking to Asia will end the first part of the Neo Tokyo questline and grant you access to the second part. So, talk to her again, and she will ask you to speak with Grito, the 4th job magician instructor. Afterwards, talk to Asia again, and she will grant you access to the next area. Welcome to 2102 Shibuya. In the first map, Dida is standing in the middle. Talk to him and accept the quest, and you can now enter and fight the boss of this area. Thankfully, you don't need to kill any mobs or collect any items. This is Dunas 2. There are 2 entities in the map the moment you enter. Dunas himself and the ship. Dunas will be immortal and all damage on him will be misses. You will have to take down the ship first before you are able to fight Dunas. The Dunas ship is level 174 and is weak against lightning, immune to poison and holy. I recommend fighting the ship on the right side, while another player maintains aggro on Dunas. Usually a bishop will do it using Genesis. Warriors can stand on the slanted platform and attack, and use Monster Magnet to pull the ship back when it's pinned too far. Once the ship is defeated, Dunas 2 will spawn on the bottom of the map. This form of Dunas is level 176 and is neutral to all elements. Fortunately, he does not have DR, so you can attack with ease. However, he has a yellow lightning skill that will dispel you when hit, so try to dodge it whenever you see the animation warning on the ground. Upon defeating Dunas 2, you will get some silver coins and hopefully some good drops. He drops every type of Flaggrave and Speargrave weapon, including the Judgment Gun, as well as a unique chair, the Dunas ship. Afterwards, talk to Asia and then Dida. You will then face the next boss. This is a multiple stage PQ in a sense, but it involves fighting two bosses. Let me explain. Welcome to the Core Blaze Party Quest. When you enter the map, you are in danger already. So here's a precaution you can take before entering. If you have a bishop in the party, cast a holy shield the moment you enter. This prevents the first boss from casting a seduce on you. This is the Royal Guard, the first boss of the party quest. The objective of this stage is to defeat the Royal Guard by dropping the chandelier onto the Royal Guard. In order to do that, a player will have to deal 100,000 damage to the chandelier. Usually a ranged attacker will be suited for this job, as they have the range as well as the accuracy to hit it, as it has an insane amount of avoid, requiring melee attackers who can hit it hundreds of accuracy. However, mages can hit it with Energy Bolt and Magic Claw. Shadowers can use Boom Step to hit, albeit it might miss sometimes. Paladins can also take the chandelier down by hammering twice and jumping with Power Guard to deal the last hit, but this requires skill and timing to execute properly. Heroes can do something similar, but this requires much more finesse, as they do not have an attack skill that does damage like Hammer does. Hence, a hero will have to Power Guard it 16 times. When a chandelier is taken down, and if it drops on top of the Royal Guard, it will deal 10 million damage to it. To reset the system and have it respawn, you will have to attack the laptop on the left with a basic attack. When hit, the chandelier will respawn in 20 seconds. Repeat this roughly 19 to 20 times, and the Royal Guard should be defeated. Once the Royal Guard is defeated, talk to the entrance lock NPC and click the third option. This will clear the stage and will allow you to enter the second stage. This is the laser jump quest stage. I know this can seem daunting to players that have not done this before, but I will do my best to show you every possible method to go through this stage. Before we start, I recommend having max speed and jump for this. If not, 130% speed is doable but requires more precise timing. This stage involves maneuvering past a series of lasers without getting hit. If you do get hit, you'll be sent all the way back down. The laser hits and the square bricks in the middle of the map count as a restricted area and will send you back down. So try to avoid hitting them. Many players have different methods of jumping up this stage, but I will show you how I would do it and then show you the alternatives. We can debate all day on which method is superior, but if you can make it up within record time and if you prefer sit method, who am I to judge? Okay, back to the jump quest. The map behaves like Aqua Road, so use your jump key and arrow keys to move. We will separate the jump quest into 3 sections, the first, second, and third respectively. For the first section, just brute force your way up. I recommend jumping 3 times around this area here. This should allow you to make it to the second section. For the second section, position your character in the middle of the second row and face your character to the left. Now, at this point, you will only use 2 buttons to make your character all the way up. Trust me on this. This narrow vertical space is where your character will not get hit by the lasers, so moving left or right would jeopardize your safety. To begin, wait for the first red laser to retract, then jump 2 times. Once you've made it past the first red laser, do not panic. Maintain your position by tapping the down button very quick after pressing jump. You want your character as close to the red laser above you, and once that laser retracts back in, press jump 3 times as fast as you can. If you pull it off perfectly, you should have jumped past the last red laser as well as the first yellow laser from the third section. Afterwards, maintaining your position in this area again, and once that final yellow laser retracts, jump up, and you are done. An alternative, if you do not have enough speed or if your timing is not as quick, you can also maneuver your way past the last red laser by jumping 2 times and immediately crouching to let the lasers reactivate while crouched, and then continuing the jump after they retract. If you would like to attempt the jump in the middle, that works too. Personally, I am not great at it, but it might work well for you, so give it a try. This method has a shorter vertical space, which requires you to press the jump and down button much faster to maintain your floating position. However, you might notice that there are laptops on the far right of the map. If there are players in the squad that are unable to jump due to lack thereof, a player can hit the laptops and disable the lasers, allowing them to zoom out without worry of the lasers hitting them. They do return again after a few seconds, so timing is still key. For the little laptop, however, only a magician can hit it, as there are 3 walls which only a magician can teleport through. Once a laptop is hit, the lasers here will desync, which means if a player were to jump from the far right, that will not be possible anymore, so that they will have to go by the middle, so do take note. Congrats, you have made it up, and it is time for the final boss of the party quest, which is Core Blaze itself. Core Blaze is a boss that is static, similar to Vergamot and Nibergen. He is weak against fire and lightning, and is neutral to the other elements. As the fight progresses, Core Blaze will keep spawning Imperial Guards around the map. So if there are ranged attackers in your party, the melee attackers will have to keep them pinned to the right, so the ranged attackers' attacks can land on the Core Blaze. The Mavericks will spawn constantly as well, so try to kill them the moment they spawn, as their attacks can be lethal to other low HP players. The Blue Aura attack is a Darkness and Seal debuff. However, the killer here is his machine gun attack. If hit, it could send you flying across the map. Sometimes it might unfortunately land you right above Core Blaze itself, which will hit you for over 20k damage, and slightly more when powered up. Hence, I recommend killing the Mavericks as fast as you can. Upon defeating Core Blaze, you'll be awarded with some silver coins, and hopefully some decent drops. It drops every type of Speargrave, including the Judgment Gun, Gold Emerald Earrings, Dragon Conjures, as well as a Mysterious Pouch tree. Talk to Asia, and she seems troubled. Something does not feel right to her, so she sent you back in time again, before you defeated Dunas 2. This means you have to defeat Dunas 2 again. However, you have to do something different this time. After defeating him, do not click the crystal and stay in the map, and you will notice there is a sparkly item on the ground. Ensure your character is standing directly on top of it and click the item, and you will obtain the Operational Particle Unit. This is the item that made Dunas 2 buffed according to the storyline. Afterwards, Asia will ask you to defeat Core Blaze again, so you have to go through it one more time. Now, you are ready for the last boss of Neo Tokyo, Auf Haven. Dunas has summoned a being from another dimension, and now we will have to defeat her. This is Auf Haven. I won't cover too much of it as I've already made a comprehensive guide for this boss before. I will link it on the top right hand corner of this video as well as in the description. Do watch it after this video ends. but I do want to point out some new changes as that video is almost close to 2 years now. Auf Haven has a stun animation that looks like it's an orb attack, but how to tell if it's a stun is if the orb does not come out. That's the one. To avoid it, you can set a 60-second timer for it and then jump vertically past a certain amount, or if you are far enough, to avoid getting stunned. A final thing I would like to add is the Dispel and Zombify animation from the second clone. It looks kinda like this, a pink skull-like animation. It is an animation that happens really quick. Upon defeating Auf Haven, you should get some decent drops. She drops every type of Flag Wraith, Element Pierce, Yellow Snowshoes, and up to 2 Mysterious Pouch Falls, a custom chair, and up to 6 Auf Haven circlets, the endgame hat. For the Auf Haven chair, the bronze one is obtained as a drop, and upgrading it to a silver chair will cost 12,000 Neo Tokyo silver coins and 75 Auf Haven kills. To obtain the gold chair, you have to defeat her 200 times, as well as 100 million mesos. Exiting the map, you will see a familiar looking NPC. This is Grown-Up Mar. Clicking the bulb on your head will finish the quest. We've just saved Zipangu, right? Not yet. We have finished the second ending, and now to the third and final ending. We have to fight Dunas 2 one more time to trigger a new quest. There is no bulb at this point of time. You will have to defeat Dunas 2 and obtain the sparkly Operation Particle Unit again. Afterwards, then the quest will pop up and we'll have to talk to Ponycha, and then Asia, and then Dida in Shibuya, and then Asia again, and then Elcaster, and then wait, why does this pre-quest have so much dialogue? Okay, look, here, this is a poster that I made, alright? This is basically what you have to do. Every NPC that you talk to, right? And then go back to talk to Asia again. But this is the sequence, right? And this is all you have to do. Finally, defeat Corblaze one more time, and Auf Haven one last time. And upon exiting the Roppongi Mall map, you will see a beautiful girl named Ashray. She is part of the Trinity of Protectors of Zipangu, with Asia being the second, and, well, plot twist, Dunas the third. See, you didn't read any of the dialogue, right? So Ashray has the power of immortality, and as Mar looked like she is about to die, she gave some of her life force to Mar, ensuring that she lives. And with that, talking to Asia again finishes up the questline. Now, you have unlocked the final crafting section from the run, which will allow you to exchange the Auf Haven circlet scrolls or craft the safe white colored scrolls for the Auf Haven circlets. And that is it. You have completed the entirety of the Neo Tokyo questline.